Welcome to Meshcat English House, where English is more than grammar, it's your voice, your thoughts, your future. In today's episode, we talk about why translating every word is slowing you down, and how thinking in English can change your fluency forever. Stay with us, this might shift the way you learn English for good. Welcome to Meshcat English House. Today's episode is one that touches the very heart of the English learning journey. If you've ever found yourself translating words in your head before you speak, or struggling to keep up with a conversation because your mind is jumping between two languages, this is for you. We're talking about something so fundamental yet so overlooked: why translating every word is holding you back from real fluency, and how thinking directly in English can transform your CONF.
That's right, Hamid. I think this is a topic that almost every learner can relate to. I've worked with hundreds of students over the years, and the pattern is so common. They know a lot of vocabulary, they've memorized grammar rules, they've passed exams even, but when they try to speak, they freeze. And the reason is almost always the same. They're trying to translate their thoughts from their native language into English. Every sentence becomes a puzzle, every word a struggle. And it's boring.
Exactly. And it's not just about speaking. Even when people are listening to English, they're trying to decode every single word, convert it into their language, then understand the meaning. But by the time they finish translating the first sentence, the conversation has already moved on. It creates this delay in comprehension that makes them feel lost, slow, and even frustrated. And the worst part is, they blame themselves. They think, I'm not smart enough, or I'm not talented in languages.
That's such a good metaphor. Language isn't supposed to feel like a burden. It's supposed to feel like movement, like music, like flow. But when you translate everything, you interrupt that flow. You're stopping the river every few seconds to check the water. And I think this comes from how we were taught. Many of us grew up in classrooms where translation was the main method. We were given a sentence and told to translate it. We were tested on how closely our sentence matched the original.
And it makes sense from a teaching perspective, because translation feels like something you can control. It's measurable. But real-life communication is not a test, it's messy, fast, emotional, and human. And if your brain is still in exam mode, trying to find the perfect English equivalent for your native thought, you're always going to feel slow and unnatural. We need to break that habit.
I agree. One of the most powerful changes a learner can make is to start thinking in English, even in the smallest moments. Like when you wake up and think, what should I wear today? Try to say it in English. When you're cooking, describe what you're doing. I'm cutting the onions. I need more salt. These small shifts create new neural pathways. And over time, English stops being a subject you study and starts becoming a language you live in.
And people often ask, how can I think in English if I don't know enough words? And my answer is, use the words you do know. Use simple English. Children don't have big vocabularies, but they learn to speak fluently because they use what they have again and again. You don't need to say, I am feeling particularly exhausted due to insufficient rest. Just say, I'm tired. I didn't sleep well. Simple language, used often, becomes fluent speech.
That's such a great point. And you know, fluency is not the same as perfection. You can be fluent and still make mistakes. You can be fluent and still pause sometimes. Fluency is about flow, not flawlessness. And that flow comes when you stop breaking your thoughts into two languages and just let them live in English.
I love that. Let your thoughts live in English. That's a beautiful way to put it. And I think this shift doesn't only help with speaking, it changes your relationship with the language. When you think in English, you begin to feel in English too. Emotions, memories, ideas, they start to attach themselves to the new language. And suddenly, English isn't just a skill anymore. It becomes part of your identity.
Yes. And it also makes learning more enjoyable. Because instead of feeling like a student who has to memorize and repeat, you start to feel like a person who is growing, changing, and expressing themselves in new ways. It becomes creative, personal, even fun. You might start writing your journal in English. Or thinking about your dreams in English. And those moments, while small, are deeply powerful. And to get there, you don't need to wait for perfect conditions. You don't need to live abroad. You just need to start using English in your real life. Talk to yourself. Change your phone settings. Watch movies without subtitles. Or with English subtitles. Try shadowing, where you repeat what you hear instantly. It forces your brain to think fast in English. These are small habits, but if you keep doing them, they build a fluent mind.
And I'll say this again to every listener, it's okay if you're not fluent yet. It's okay if your thoughts are still mixed. This is not about magic. It's about practice. Every day, every effort, every sentence you try to think in English, it all counts. It's like watering a plant. You don't see the growth right away, but it's happening beneath the surface. And one day, you'll wake up and realize that English is no longer foreign. It's familiar. It's yours.
We believe in that journey. We believe in you. And we hope this conversation reminded you that learning a language is not just about memory, it's about mindset. You have the ability. You have the time. You just need to trust the process and keep going.
Thank you for spending this time with us at Meshcat English House. If this episode helped you, share it with a friend. Follow us for more deep, real conversations like this. And above all, remember, your voice matters in any language, but especially in English, when it becomes your own.
Until next time, speak bravely, think clearly, and never stop growing. Thanks for listening to Meshcat English House. If this episode helped you think differently, follow us, share it with a friend, and leave a quick comment. Your voice matters. Keep speaking, keep learning, and above all, trust your English journey. We'll see you next time. Layla, and before we say goodbye, we want to invite you to our next episode, one that might just change the way you feel about English. We'll be exploring what it really means to sound natural, not like a textbook, but like a real, confident speaker. We'll talk about rhythm, emotion, and the small things native speakers do that make a big difference. If you've ever felt like your English is correct but not quite alive, this next episode is for you, so don't miss it. Follow us.